Basically, people are a little bit more constrained. PPPs are an interesting way of how we might bring the private sector, but even without it being PPPs, I think all the governments are looking to how they can work closely. Very rich discussions we had today, covering the full gamut of issues, challenges, and more importantly, opportunities. So all in, very, very exciting event.
Right now across our portfolio, it's about 5% acceptance rate from what we screen to the investments we've made. And that's not the top part of our funnel, which I'm excluding, which would probably drop that number down even more.
For infrastructure, it doesn't happen overnight. It really does take time for people to put the whole project together. So we see that as an upcoming risk, and we're kind of watching the space quite carefully.
Single utility markets to us is the reality in Southeast Asia. For quite a number of these jurisdictions we operate in. We are quite comfortable operating in these jurisdictions. I think the way where investment decisions are determined in these markets.
I think this will also be balanced by the fact that in the region, most of these utilities are actually owned either majority or fully by the respective sovereign governments. And that does help in enhancing their credit profile.
We believe that there is an opportunity to create markets around the emerging markets. And certainly as global dollar investors, we've invested both in the developed markets as well as the emerging markets.
Of course, renewable dominates the green portfolio, but lately we have also started seeing various transactions in transportation space. So a case in point being a Chinese port which was rated a couple of months back, and they raised dollar bonds, and that's green dollar bond.
Not having the grid connectivity is a great impediment for sending renewable electricity across borders, and it really makes the network a lot less resilient.
What we look for, it's not only a decarbonization of the electron that we have, but a regeneration of this electron. So on top of producing renewable energy, we should have a positive impact also on the space that we are taking.
Also, we need to understand why renewable cannot be added overnight or even immediately for next 5 or 10 years the way we want, because of the essential inherent difficulty of integration of renewable in the grid systems.
Capture the abundance of resources, you are pretty much in a good spot to start the transition to low carbon economy.
I think that's really very helpful to me and very meaningful. So I think this kind of not only for the wind, but for the solar energies and some other there's a fantastic new skills, technology and funding.
Really wonderful to catch up with all of you guys. Definitely, like the sessions were to the point. Wonderful audience here. It was, as I said, like very insightful, to the point. Just loved it.